They gathered around a translation of Franklin Roosevelt's address to Congress. The American president called for 185,000 aircraft in 2 years. Hermann Goering laughed. The marble walls carried it. Propaganda, he said. In 1939, the United States had built fewer than 3,000 planes. Ernst Udet nodded. Americans make automobiles, not aircraft. A Ford is not a Focke-Wulf. 10,000 a year at most, he said. Anything more would wreck their consumer economy. Hitler agreed. American skyscrapers, Hollywood illusions, all show, no substance. It felt persuasive. It was disastrously wrong. The roots of that era were deep. German visitors had toured American plants before the war. They saw moving lines and stamped parts. They saw quantity over craftsmanship and mistook it for weakness. Reports came back saying American designs were conservative, the pilots ordinary, the workers imprecise. Similar scoffing echoed in Tokyo and Rome. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto warned that American factories could surge. His superiors called it defeatism. Italian briefings mocked American comfort features and heaters as proof of softness. Reality began to intrude early. During the Battle of Britain, Luftwaffe pilots met American-made fighters in Royal Air Force colors. Curtiss Tomahawks. Old-fashioned, they had said. Yet more kept arriving. "We shoot down 3 and 5 appear the next day," a German flyer wrote. Berlin dismissed it as exaggeration. Then came new signals. Submarine commanders off the American coast in early 1942 reported constant air patrols. Daylight became dangerous. Admiral Karl Dönitz doubted the scale until the same reports flooded in from every U-boat. Those were not even frontline squadrons. Many were training flights. Industrial reality was moving faster than intelligence estimates. By January 1942, American plants were running 3 shifts, 7 days a week. Ford's Willow Run set out to assemble the B-24 Liberator on a moving line. German experts said heavy bombers could not be built like cars. Yet Willow Run approached a pace of about 1 bomber an hour. The secret was not magic. It was system. Standardized parts, interchangeable subassemblies, statistical quality control. A vast supplier network. Women and minorities on the factory floors, trained quickly and promoted on merit. Combat theaters felt the change first. North Africa in late 1942. P-38, Lightnings in unexpected numbers. P-47 Thunderbolts that took punishment and returned fire with 850 caliber guns. Spare parts piled high in captured depots. American units swapped engines by the truckload. German ground crews were cannibalizing wrecks to keep a handful of aircraft flying. On the Eastern Front, Soviet pilots flew P-39 Airacobras and P-40 Warhawks delivered by Lend-Lease. Across the Atlantic, escort carriers and patrol bombers closed the Black Pit where U-boats had once fed. In the Mediterranean, and then over Germany, B-17 Flying Fortresses and B-24 Liberators formed formations in the hundreds. German fighter chief Adolf Galland sent urgent warnings. "The numbers are beyond our estimates." Goering accused him of defeatism. Photographs of 500 bombers were called fakes. Then, a 1,000-bomber raid darkened Berlin. Goering is said to have muttered, "They make aircraft like sausages." Willy Messerschmitt examined a crashed B-17. It was not a jewel of precision. It was a triumph of production engineering. Rugged systems, generous tolerances, every bolt conceived for rapid assembly and easy replacement. You could train a new worker fast and still hit the specification. Albert Speer tried to copy it. He introduced flow lines, centralized planning, and rationalized designs. But the American system needed more than a new layout. It needed toolmakers by the tens of thousands, deep supplier depth, and a labor policy that mobilized everyone. Nazi ideology refused the last ingredient and lacked the first two. By the numbers, the verdict is stark. In 1939, the United States built a little over 2,000 military aircraft. In 1940, over 6,000. In 1941, over 19,000. Then the surge, over 47,000 in 1942, over 85,000 in 1943, over 96,000 in 1944, over 46,000 in 1945. The war total passed 303,000. Germany produced roughly 119,000, Japan about 70,000, Italy about 11,000. And the Americans did not just build more, they built different. The B-29 Superfortress carried pressurization, centralized fire control, and powerful engines that demanded precision manufacture at scale. Nearly 4,000 of them rolled out. American workers, on average, produced several times the monthly airframe weight of their German counterparts, even while working fewer hours. Packard built Merlin engines under license with tighter tolerances than Rolls-Royce could sustain in wartime Britain. Technology could not bridge the gap. The Me-262 jet was superb. Too few, too late, too fragile in a fuel-starved system. Gordon Gollob ran the arithmetic. Even heroic kill ratios could not offset American replacement rates. Attrition favored the side with an industrial ocean behind it. By 1944, German pilots described the sky as a conveyor belt. You fight hard, land empty, and hear the distant hum of the next wave. Not a myth, a machine. An arsenal turned into air power.